Hi guys, and welcome back to Tangy Tea of Life. I'm your host Veronica. Brittany is not here with us tonight, but we have a very special guest sitting at the table with me, Miss Peggy Ann. Hi Peggy.
Hello.
Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. So glad you are here with me tonight. Guys, this is a special tea tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking to Peggy about two different topics. Last week on Tangy Tea, we spoke about down low brothers, men sleeping with other men, and Miss Peggy saw the episode last week, so she wanted to come on and share her story about that. So, Peggy, can you tell us, you found out that your ex-husband was having an affair with men?
Yes. Not one, but two.
Two men.
Yes.
While y'all was married.
Yeah.
How long how long were you married before you found out?
It was 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
So do you think he was cheating with these men the entire time you all was together? Or
I hope not.
right.
But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope not. But
So y'all been married 5 years before you found out that he was cheating with men. So how were there signs?
there was no signs at all. Like, I had no clue. He's a mechanic. He was the manly type. Didn't like to be touched in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Said stuff about gay men.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So I never even knew that he would even think of something like that. So
Right.
I had no clue.
No clue.
None.
So everyone was in shock as far as your family.
Yeah, everybody was in shock, and I don't think some of the people, like his close friends, believe it, but
Okay,
it was true.
so let me ask you this. Not getting into details, but how did you find out? Did you see it, or did someone tell you?
Well, I found a video of him and, one of the other guys, and I didn't say nothing right then.
Whoa.
But yeah.
So you actually saw it for yourself. It wasn't you know your man.
Nope, I personally seen it myself.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, I couldn't.
I
wouldn't
about
know.
threw up.
Yeah. So not only are you cheating with these men, you actually videotaping having sex with these men.
Yep.
Peggy. So you didn't say anything at the time?
No. I wanted more. I wanted to know who, when, what.
Yeah.
Because I already invested in 5 years. We had 2 kids at the time. And I wanted to know everything.
Right.
So I waited, played my cards right until I popped the question.
I guess it
Yeah.
would be difficult, I can say, if, we all can say what we would do if we're in that situation, but you have kids with this man and, just all kind of things were going through your mind of, what steps you should take before you take action.
Yeah. Especially when you have a house, like you said, children, finances.
Yeah.
It was a lot that I had to think about before I even jumped the gun.
Right.
So
Well, see, that's where we as women, I feel like we make a mistake. Because a man can do things, and we will sit there and take the time to think about, well, should I? Because I got to worry about how I'm going to pay this, how I'm going to pay that, what I'm going to do about the kids, what I'm going to do about, but a man, on the other hand, if they find out a woman is cheating, they out.
Oh, yeah.
but they don't take the time and think about the things that we think about, you know. But seeing him with another man, though,
Yeah.
you still had those thoughts of what should I do?
Yeah. I had no choice. As a mom,
Yeah.
I had no choice. And on top of that, I have a disabled son. And just ripping him from the house just right then.
Yeah.
At first, he wouldn't understand. He would have been devastated because he has autism.
Yeah.
And a big change for him is like devastating. It's like the whole world crashing down on him.
Right.
And I had to think about my children first.
Yeah.
I mean, even though when we find out our spouse is cheating, just cheating period,
Right.
we want to run.
Right.
You know, get out my house,
Yeah.
leave me alone. You know, but when children are involved, that's my main
Yeah.
priority.
Yeah.
Them, where do I go? What can I afford?
Mhm.
Is my job gonna pay enough to pay all
Right.
the bills? And so, I mean, it's a lot to think about.
Oh yeah.
So I had to sit back, make a plan, and go from there.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Even though there was a lot of things that I wanted to do to him
Right.
in my head, but you know, we got kids.
So when you saw the tape
Mhm.
of him and this other guy, did you still sleep in the same bed with him?
I did everything the same.
So you played it off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, us women are good.
Yeah, we are. We are good.
I mean, we can lay there next to him, like it was any other night.
Just waiting to that
That
final moment.
Mm-hmm. Cooked dinner, went to work, got up, took the kids to school, did everything like normal.
My shirt says Queen. That's you. Like, I take my hat off to you because you are a very strong woman.
So
See, I probably would have been on clock mine side the head and I probably would have been in handcuffs but then again, we all can say what we would do.
mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, until we get in that situation.
And I've been in that situation where I had a friend, her boyfriend was cheating on her. And I'm like, girl, just get up and leave. Don't be with him. He ain't nothing but a dog.
And then your situation happened.
And when it happened to me, I'm like, oh my gosh.
See, it's easy to say what we would do
Mm-hmm.
until it happens to us.
That is the truth, because just because someone else is going through it and it seems logical to do one thing, but when it's you, it's
Right. It's totally different.
Yeah, that logic just goes out the
Right.
window.
So how long did you stay with him after?
5 years.
You stayed with him another 5 years after you
Yes.
found out? Oh yeah, you good.
Mhm. And we had another child, and the reason
After the fact?
yes.
And the reason why, spill the tea.
Well, I'll tell you how I found out. After waiting about a week, I was laying in bed, and I just, you know how when you're angry at something, it just boils until you either got to release it or your top's going to lose. Well, I was at that point. I said I got to say something, and I was laying in bed and just scrolling through Facebook, and I said, look, I'm pulling all the phone records, all the texts, because it was in my name. Whatever picture you sent, whatever picture you received, phone calls, if I don't recognize, I'm calling. He started coming out.
he started coming out, meaning he came out and told you about the affair with men, or did you?
He told me at the beginning it was 1, then it was 2, and then it was 3 other women.
Oh,
So it was 5 people in total, but what the women, I could get over women.
right. Yeah.
But when it became when he said a man,
Yeah.
I got out of bed. I smoked. I had to go outside, and I think I smoked a half a pack of cigarettes that night.
Wow. I mean, either way you look at it is wrong, whether it's a woman or a man. But
Oh, yeah.
when you just think about your husband with a man,
Boomed over.
right, right.
Yeah.
But okay, so take me back for a second. You had this conversation with him after you had another child. Are you saying he came out?
Before we had another child.
So you felt better after he came out and told you about it?
No. I was okay after he came out and told. I made him leave.
Okay.
I made
So there
him
was a
leave.
little break between you.
Yeah, I made him leave. I had to get myself together, and he begged and begged me to not say nothing. Just him cheated. That's it. He didn't want nobody. You know, as a good wife, I was in my feelings. I was like, you know what? It would look bad on me, and I was feeling less of a woman.
Blaming yourself
You
for
know,
what he did.
like, here, I am a woman, and you chose a man.
Right.
Like, so it had me feeling some type of way about myself.
Yeah.
So, I was like, well, if people find out, it's going to make me look bad. So, I didn't tell nobody. I didn't tell nobody. He was like, please. He wanted to work, and he was drilling in my head, we got to think about the kids. We got to think about the kids.
Yeah. But you should have thought about them kids when you was bumped over.
Exactly. So,
Sorry.
I took him back. And
Yeah.
he was like, I'm never going to do it again. And, it was a phase, and I'm like, okay. Yeah. But as time went on, it got a little bit easier, but it never got out my head.
Right. Because you saw it on
Yeah.
tape.
Yeah. And ladies, if you don't see it on tape, you don't want it. If you need clarification, just take the word.
Yeah, because just seeing it, that makes it even worse.
Yeah, 10 times worse. And you will never get it out your head.
Yeah.
That picture will never come out your head. Never.
Gosh. I'm just shocked. I guess, having someone sit here in front of me and telling me what really went down.
Mm-hmm.
And you stayed another 5 years after that.
I did it for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I did not have no kids, I would have packed my stuff that night, and I would have went home to my dad.
Yeah.
If it was not for my kids.
So, in the wake of that, of you
Mm-hmm.
knowing, him being with the 2 men and the 3 women, of course you got checked, right?
Oh yeah, because I'm telling you, if I would have came home with some, I would have been on the first 48.
Okay.
Because I gave my all to him, and I trusted him to give his all to me, and I didn't ask. If he would have gave something to me, I didn't ask for that.
Right.
I mean, no. I was clean when I came in the relationship. I expect to be clean when I go out.
Yeah.
So I went first thing and got
But
checked.
do you continue to get checked or?
Every year.
Yeah.
Even with my fiance, every time I go into the doctor for my yearly, check.
Right. Yeah.
So you can,
Whew.
yeah.
That's a lot. So your ex-husband is remarried now.
Yes.
Remarried. And the current wife doesn't know about
I
the
don't
past.
think she does.
And you don't feel that it's your position to tell her.
No.
See, me, I would have been so petty. Don't you know that man been with?
I don't feel it's my position.
Yeah.
It's not my relationship.
Yeah.
That's his.
But don't you feel bad for her?
Nope.
Oh.
I sure don't. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's gonna know now.
Yeah.
But if she sees it, but
Welcome to the tea.
I mean, I don't feel bad. Now, if me and her had a better relationship,
That would be different.
that would probably be different.
Yeah.
But me and her have no relationship. We don't speak. And we got a divorce after 10 years of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
6 months after our marriage was finalized, our divorce finalized, they got married.
6 months later.
6 months later.
Well.
So, you get what you jump into.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I say, girls, find out who your man is first. So,
Have me thinking. These men out here, I'll be looking at them all cross-eyed now.
mhm.
Jesus.
Yep.
So after the fact, you said that that's when your marriage became a domestic violence situation.
Yes. After everything came out and I let him back in, it turned sideways. Everything ended up being my fault. Everything was put on me.
Mm-hmm.
When I let him back in, my trust was no longer there. Even though I accepted him back in, I couldn't trust him. If he went to work, I knew how long it took for him to get home from work.
Mm-hmm.
You 5 minutes late, where you been?
Right.
What you doing?
Yeah.
Who you with? My trust was gone. So after everything, he started turning it around on me.
Mm. Like it was your fault.
Like it was my fault. And if I wasn't at home, he was doing the same thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was going through my phones and my emails, my texts. He got a job right next to mine. He had to have eyes on me at all time. And one night, I remember it was like yesterday, I was sitting in bed and he was changing clothes, and I had my phone on the nightstand and I went to go grab it. And he went to go snatch it from me. And then it ended up being like an altercation. So, well, it was an altercation. He wanted my phone. He wasn't getting my phone. I paid that phone bill.
Right.
So when I wouldn't give it to him, he went to go grab me around my neck. And we ended up on the floor. And I kept yelling, and I managed to get my phone and call 911. As I'm dialing 911 and that lady comes on, I'm screaming bloody murder. You're choking me. I can't hardly breathe. Get off of me. They came out. They didn't even arrest him.
Wow.
He told me after they left, oh, I'm not going to jail. I know them.
Wow.
I went up to the sheriff's department, so we lived in the county. Went up there, talked to the victim's advocate. They didn't have no reports, no call, nothing.
Wow.
I went to work and my coworker seen all the bruises around my neck. I even posted on Facebook.
Mm.
Well, after that, he did it again. This time I really cannot, I can remember it some, but I can't remember it all. And it all started out, it was an argument between the kids. He has never tried to take the time to understand a child with autism. And I myself, as a mom, we protect our children.
Right.
And see, he would, I call it torture my son. And I didn't like it. So I'd be the protector. No, you're going to stay away from him. You're not going to hit him. You're not going to spank him. And we always argued about that. And we got in another altercation. I went that morning to the gas station and flagged down an officer, and they came and arrested him. Finally. After the second time, he choked me, and to the point where I blacked out.
Wow.
So
that it all started because he tried to turn everything on you.
on me.
And that's when he got violent. That is crazy. I hate that happened.
He would always call me fat. I was a whore. I slept with everybody. I mean, I was every name in the book. And see, some of his family members thought I was going crazy. I wasn't going crazy because I was mentally unstable. Well, yeah, I was mentally unstable because, I mean, my husband slept with 2 men,
Right.
3 women. Then everything was my fault. The physical abuse, the emotional abuse, the verbal abuse. I mean, everything. And when every time I had a chance, I'll leave. I hated leaving my children at the home. But it was stay and the kids seen us argue or me leave because he wouldn't never.
Wow.
So I would go to work, go to the gym. I mean, I went grocery shop at 12 o'clock at night
Yeah.
just to get out, away from him.
But he was never this way before the fact.
No, never. Till this day, from the time it came out, he ain't never been the same man. He was never the man I married.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't get it though, because it seemed like he would have been the nicest person, the nicest husband ever, because you stayed there, accepted what he did.
I wanted to be the good wife, but I had to leave because it would never get out my head. I could never trust him.
Yeah, the trust was gone.
Yeah, it went out the window that day. When I seen that video, that was it.
Yeah. Like, how can you trust someone after that? You saw it one video with a man. That's why, and I can keep saying this, that's why I'm so shocked that you stayed an extra 5 years with him. But I get it, when it comes to the kids. And
When I left him, I had a plan. And see, I told him October 2013, honey, when I get them taxes, I'm gone.
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm out. And see, I was a full-time student. I went to school to get out the house.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Anything to get away.
After I got off of work, I went straight to school. When I came home, I tended to the children.
Dang, and then your kids had to go through that.
Oh yeah, and I had to make a plan. When I told him ahead of time, he didn't believe me. He was like, "Well, you're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
You always come back. You
Right.
know, I always come back." Okay.
Yeah, that's what they always do.
Well, it was February. No, March, I believe it was. The next year, 2014. I waited until he got up, dressed, and went to work. I had a truck. I packed everything in that truck.
And you look back.
Didn't look back. I emptied out the bank account, canceled it, had my son's check go to another account. Oh, I opened up a whole new account.
Right.
Because when he left, well, when I made him leave, he emptied out our account, left me with nothing and 3 children.
The first time you made him leave.
Wouldn't give me a dime. I said, okay, I got you this time.
Right.
You could put, look, I might have been a fool once. I ain't gonna
Right.
be a fool twice.
Exactly.
So,
So what advice, because we're going to kind of wrap it up, but what advice can you give other women out there that may have went through this, whether it's their men cheating with the man or even domestic violence? Like, what advice can you give?
advice for a woman who dealt with a cheating spouse. Honey, the trust is gone. You probably won't never get it back. And if you do decide to stay, that's something that you're just gonna have to deal with. Domestic violence, never blame yourself.
Right.
It is not your fault that a man put their hands on you. It is not your fault that he is the way he is. Even though we love our men to the extent us women love harder than men, love does not mean a man beats on his woman. He does not love you.
Right.
Love yourself first.
Yes.
I struggled with it for years. I mean, we've been divorced 4 years, and I am fixing to get married this year, and it took me, my future husband, to realize that there is good men out there, loyal men, and there is. So never think every man is the same, because they're not.
Right.
I am going to put, I'm going to vouch for some men, because, I mean, they're not all the same.
Right.
So just because one man doesn't mean the next. Love yourself first.
Yeah.
When you can love yourself, all the trust, the anger from that previous relationship will be gone.
Yeah.
And I had to do that. And it took me years, but you can do it.
Right.
So
That's some great advice.
if I can overcome this,
Tell me
anybody
about it.
can.
Yeah.
So
But you have to be strong-minded. See, you were strong-minded. If it was a weak person, they wouldn't have been able to handle that. So it takes a really strong person.
and every woman is a strong-minded person.
They have to believe that.
But you have to get yourself there.
Mm-hmm.
You have to love yourself first. And on top of that, you got to have a relationship with God.
Yes. Number
If
one.
you do not, you won't get nowhere.
Right.
Pray. And I did a lot of praying.
Yes.
Crying, praying, begging, asking why me.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow. Well, I hate that you had to go through that. But, God takes us through things and we learn from them.
You're right.
And we just have to keep on moving, keep living our lives. But, you know,
Mhm.
you know what to do, what to look for, and how to handle hard situations now that you went through that.
I think I can handle a
Now.
lot of stuff now that I've been through, that it has made me the woman I am now.
Right.
I was weak at first. My mind was clouded. You know, staying for 5 years, like a lot of y'all are gonna be like, why? I mean, you're crazy. I mean, I tried, you know, I had love for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have love for him because he's my kid's father.
Right.
He gave me them.
Yeah.
Do I hate him? No. I mean, my belief is don't hate nobody.
Right.
I forgave myself for him. I forgave him for myself.
Yes,
Sorry.
you have to. Or he was going to have control over you. You
And
know,
that's
you have-
one thing
Yeah.
I will never give a man is control over me and make me feel less of a woman.
Right. Yeah.
Because,
You had to forgive.
and that's all we can do is forgive.
That's it.
So,
Oh, Peggy, thank you so much for stopping
welcome.
by. You're going to have to come back
I will.
because we have another topic that we would like to talk
Yes.
about. So you definitely have to come back and sit at the table. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for Tangy Tea of Life. This has been a great show. Once again, thank you so much for stopping
You're
by.
welcome, and
Peggy.
thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. So, guys, please like, subscribe, and leave comments below if you would like to be a guest on Tangy Tea of Life. Email us at tangyteaoflife@gmail.com, and let's talk about things. I mean, the tea is getting hot. I'm so thankful for all of you who leave comments and topic suggestions and all of that. Thank you so much. Guys, that's going to wrap it up. Until next time, bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was so good.